Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 12 of this NHL 24 Montreal Canadiens franchise mode here on my channel. Today we are going to be getting into the 2027 Stanley Cup Playoffs. We're going to be seeing if the Canadiens can actually get themselves a cup after having a very solid regular season and actually winning the President's Trophy. We'll see if that has anything to do with how our team's actually done so far. We'll see if the President's Trophy curse is actually a thing or not. Of course, we had a pretty crazy season last year, winning the President's Trophy by a single point. And yeah, it's going to be a fun playoffs, but at the same time, we have to take on a very solid Tampa Bay team. So just before we jump into this one, if you guys enjoy, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and hit notifications, especially if you haven't already. But we have some comments to get to here. So the main comment here that I really wanted to highlight came from Caleb Taylor saying, "I love these big trades, feel like it was actually realistic to go all in. Those prospects aren't going to help you win the cup this year, and that is what it is all about. Montreal wants cups, no exceptions. Your offense is fine, but now your defense is pretty balanced. Also, the Bees were the team looking at Pelech, and you don't want them taking him. In Etanyos we trust." And he also said, I think Dunn is a good rental now that you have Pelech and you got some decent prospects coming up. So awesome comments there, Caleb. I really appreciate the feedback on that. The rest of the comments were just kind of supportive comments as far as keep up the series, great work, that kind of stuff. So I appreciate all of those comments too, guys. If you keep commenting those, I'm definitely going to keep reading them, definitely going to keep liking them, but make sure that your comments are actually insightful and related to the last episode. So yeah, if you guys didn't know or you missed last episode, first off, go check it out. Go figure out where we are in the series. But we had some pretty big blockbuster trades last episode that resulted in us going from a bit of a mediocre defensive core to now this, where we've got a very solid top four. We've got Vince Dunn playing alongside Lane Hudson, and then Reinbacher playing with Adam Pelech. So yeah, just a fabulous group here that we have, and I really do think that our team can go far this year. So with that in mind, we tried to look at a contract extension for Vince Dunn. Last episode, he didn't want one. It still seems to be the case where he just doesn't want a contract extension. He wants like $13 million, which is insane. So we're probably just going to end up having to wait until like free agency or something like that. I also forgot last episode to go and offer Owen Beck a contract. If he's going to be playing third line center, a $3.15 million contract isn't actually that bad. But of course, using the rule of 85, we can of course get that a little bit lower, looking at about $2.7 million, which is actually reasonable. It's a small sample size, but if it's for the next 8 seasons, as far as him being a medium top 6 forward, then you never know how good Owen Beck's actually going to end up being. Of course, it was hilarious in the 2022 draft, I think. 2022? Yeah, 2022 draft, where they were like comparing Owen Beck to Shane Wright. It's like, okay, slightly different caliber of player, but also really actually not that far off. So anyways, we're going to offer Owen Beck that $2.7 million contract extension, and hopefully he will take it. But apart from that, our team is in pretty solid shape right now. The only thing we worry about is the President's Trophy curse at this current point. Okay, so we'll go look at the Tampa Bay Lightning. This is their current roster. Of course, Kucherov and Point are still both franchise-level players. They're going to be pretty hard to stop, but at the same time, I think our team does actually have the defensive capabilities to at least try and shut them down. Currently, they are missing Victor Hedman, which is going to be a big blow to them if he misses the entire playoff series, but you guys know what the Tampa Bay Lightning are all about. They're this just essentially offensive juggernaut with a very solid defense and probably one of the best goalies in the entire league, so it's going to be tough to beat them for sure. But without further ado, let's get to it and actually simulate through, see if we can beat them. And here we go. So, game 1, first period, Cole Caulfield opens the series scoring. We outshoot them 20-5. Oh my goodness, what a first period. All right. On to the second period. It's a 1-1 game as Morgan Geekie is able to tuck one away there. And then into the third, we're going to see still a 1-1 game. I accidentally hit A again, but Max Pacioretty is going to get the OT winner. We outshoot them over 2-1 as far as 49-21 on shots. And we get the win in game 1, totally just like slipped up by accident on the controller there. But yeah, Yaroslav Askarov, 0.93 goals against average and a 952 save percentage. How about Vasilevsky, only letting in 2 goals and a 959 and still loses the game? That's crazy. So, very low scoring affair in game 1, and that is all good with me. And it looks like we will get Owen Beck signed to that contract extension, so that is awesome to see. But as we continue on through into game 2, of course, we're at the Bell Center. We've got home ice advantage through the entirety of the playoffs. But game number 2, we start off up 1-0 again as Vince Dunn gets a power play goal there to open the scoring. A lot closer on shots this game at 9-7 after the first period. Second period, make it a 4-2 game as Kucherov ties it up, and then Caulfield goes up 2-1, puts us up 2-1. Sam Steele ties it up again, and then Slavkovsky and Dunn both score to make it 4-2. So into the third period, we will win the game 6-2 as Brendan Gallagher and Owen Beck both are able to net goals on Vasilevsky. We outshoot them 24-40. So a solid game 2 performance as well here from the Canadiens. Caulfield has a 4-point night. Wow, what a night from Cole Caulfield. So he's up to 5 points in 2 games now. And we are going to lose Emil Heineman to injured ribs. He's back at the end of April, so we only miss him for 8 days, so that's not actually that bad. But at the same time, you don't like to see those injuries, obviously. So, into Game 3 now. We seem to be cruising so far, but as we hit away ice here down in Tampa Bay, we're going to have to really play our hearts out. So, wow, okay. 30 seconds in, not even 15 seconds in, Maxime Massey scores. I didn't even hit A yet. So, assuming the first period, we're up 4-1. Oh my goodness. So, shorthanded goal from Joshua Waugh, too. That is a backbreaker. Kucherov gets Tampa back to 2-1, but then Caulfield and Suzuki just kind of steamroll this game away. It's 4-1. If Tampa catches up, I will be surprised. Second period, make it 4-2. Danil Guryanov scores. And third period, they get close as Anthony Cirelli kind of fights back, gets them within 1 goal, but it's not enough. Too little, too late, as the Canadiens are still able to walk away with the win in Game 3, and really we're cruising right now. I'm not surprised because we have built such a solid team, but at the same time, I thought Tampa was going to put up a little bit more of a fight than this. Alright guys, so just a couple things I actually wanted to point out here as far as the AHL goes. We had 2 scorers in the top 6 as far as goal scoring goes. So Elias Anderson and Oliver Kapanen both had more than 30 goals this year. As far as overall points go, Elias Anderson along with Benson and Duhaime tied for the most points in 72 games. And then Jesse Ylonen also was right up there too, so he was very solid for the Canadiens for the Laval Rocket. And the Rocket actually finished with the best record in the entire league with a 55-14-3 record, which is like just absurd. We were like 15 points ahead of the second place team. So Laval is definitely one of the favorites going into the playoffs in the AHL too. We're not going to focus on that quite as much, obviously. Did they manage to win a championship? They did win a championship last year. So that's something to keep an eye on, keep paying attention to. But yeah, very cool to see that as well. So back to the playoffs here. And we're going to get into Game 4. We, maybe there's a chance we pull off a sweep here. But we'll see what happens if Tampa Bay actually puts up a fight. So, into game number 4. If we sweep them, we're just going to continue right on. So, game number 4, we start off, we're down 1-0 as Kucherov. Tampa Bay gets the first lead in this entire series that they've had from Kucherov. We outshoot them 12-10 though. Second period, make it a 3-1 game as we bounce right back. 2 goals from Kirby Dach, erases that Kucherov goal, and then Slavkovsky on the power play is able to tuck one away too. So, as we continue on into the third period here, this has just been, Sean Crowley actually makes it close, but I was going to say this has just been a walk at this point. Clark Caswell gets a goal there too, that's good to see. Up 4-2 now, we are just slightly outshooting Tampa Bay, and 2 goals ahead to show for it. They get a power play, and their power play does not convert. That one hurts for sure, but a huge kill from the Canadiens there. And as we continue on, honestly, we're cruising. Nick Suzuki gets the goal there, and wow, what a series, what a performance from the Montreal Canadiens in round 1. We just walked all over the Tampa Bay Lightning. There was no stopping us in that first round, so wow, what a series that was. As far as the AHL playoffs go, 7-1 win in game 1. Hopefully that's foreshadowing for how the rest of the playoffs go for Laval. And apparently David Reinbacher got injured. I don't remember that happening, but okay. Yeah, no, he's healthy. What are you talking about? He's doing just fine. 7 assists for, oh my goodness. Okay, we know Lane Hudson can dish the puck, like 99 passing, 99 puck control, 99 deking. Yeah, it makes it easier for him to kind of set up plays and passes. He's lightning quick, though, too, so not really surprising that he's able to do that. But yeah, wow, what a start here. All right, so now we're just waiting for the rest of the playoffs to kind of finish up. Looks like Carolina was able to sweep Philadelphia, but that was the only other sweep that occurred in round 1 here, at least anyways. We're going to get Emil Heineman back, which is great because he's a very solid third-line player for us, and that third line kind of just, not that they struggled, but they definitely weren't the same without him in the lineup, so I think, honestly, I'm seriously considering putting Raphael Harvey-Pinard in. He had an assist in 2 games versus Gallagher. Oh, actually, Gallagher was fine, so we're going to leave Brendan Gallagher in there, too. All right, so we'll toss Heineman back in here. And, you know, this game is weird as far as just trying to build out the team properly, as far as not overcompensating for your bottom 6 and just using, like, actual kind of bottom 6 players, like guys that are third-line checkers or depth forwards like that to actually balance out your team so it sims well. Like, this game is... There's a lot of kind of interesting factors that go into it that you don't really think about until you're actually playing or you're simming or doing whatever, and then you actually have to think about things like, oh, we have way too many strong players in our bottom 6 kind of thing. Like, that is actually a problem sometimes. So anyways, as we continue on, apparently this Cleveland series is going right down to the wire here. We tied 2-2. Oh no, we're up 2-1. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean... Why are you on edit lines? Not what I wanted at all. But, okay. Also, the poor penalty killers that have to defend our top line when they're on the power play because... Oh, we lost 1-0. Okay, so we could actually be eliminated. This could be like a President's Trophy type curse kind of thing going on here for Laval. We'll see what happens. We got the Toronto Maple Leafs in round 2, so that'll be fun. We'll go take a look at the playoffs in just a second here. But James Gouet is fully healthy and healed, meaning that we don't need to play Landon Alberts on the top line anymore, which is probably for the best. James Gouet is just a little bit of a better player. 78 rated at 20 years old. He's going to be good. But, yeah, we'll see what happens there. Did we actually manage to get the win? We did not. No way! Laval loses in round 1. They blow a 2-1 series lead. Wow. Wow. Okay. So we've got the Toronto Maple Leafs in round 2 here. Toronto should be a fun series. I mean, probably going to be a little bit tighter than the 4-0 sweep we just had against the Lightning. But they were able to beat Buffalo in 7. Buffalo was the higher ranked team, so not overly surprising there, but also a bit of an upset too. Edmonton came back from 3-1 down. That's crazy. Or 3-0 down. Like, I genuinely thought the Oilers were getting swept. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, I don't think I highlighted that enough. I can't believe the Oilers are still in the playoffs. Holy moly. All right. So definitely an interesting kind of first leg of the playoffs as far as there's a huge comeback win for the Oilers. A fairly big upset as far as Toronto beat Buffalo because Toronto was the worst regular season team. But we can take a look at both those teams and just see, like, okay, how much better was Buffalo, or is Buffalo the better team even, or what happened there? Like, Buffalo's got a pretty solid group there. I mean, their forward core is a little questionable. Their defense looks quite good, actually. And then Devin Levi in net looks fabulous. So, oh yeah, Jeff Skinner injury would definitely not help them. So maybe that's what happened. But as far as the Maple Leafs go, yeah, okay, Toronto's actually pretty darn solid as far as their team build goes. They've got a lot of solid players in there, guys that are in the right positions to succeed. But their defense, dude, like, their defense is not good enough. Like, no way Samsonov is saving them that often. Like, yes, Morgan Riley's injured, but really? Really? That Toronto team beat that Buffalo team? I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess Toronto's offense is that potent. So, into round 2. We'll see how we do here against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Again, it's just kind of Battle of Canada at this point. It's not quite Battle of Ontario because we don't have Ottawa in the playoffs this year, but that's all good. So this will be the closest kind of double Canadian matchup we get. Although, actually, Vancouver and Winnipeg are playing too, but first period here, we're going to start off. We're up 2-0 as Clark Caswell and Maxime Massé, our second and third liners, get goals. That is beautiful. We outshoot them 14-7. Second period, make it 5-0 as Slav gets 2 goals. Caswell gets his second of the game. 1 power play goal there, and we're outshooting them by 12 shots heading into the third. Third period, make it a 6-2 game as Robertson gets a power play goal. Lane Hudson makes it 6-1, and then Marner kind of just battles against the humiliation of losing that badly to the Montreal Canadiens. But yeah, what a game from Slavkovsky, Caswell, and Hudson. Those guys were all just cooking today. So there you have it. What a start to this series. We do have 2 double Canadian matchups, and we actually have, there's 6 Canadian teams? 5 Canadian teams out of the 8 remaining still in the playoffs. That's pretty cool. So yeah, not too often you see that many Canadian teams all make it to round 2. Into game number 2 now. So first period, we start off up 2-1, goals from Caswell and Suzuki. Liljegren gets a goal there for Toronto, but we outshoot them over 2-1 on a ratio. Second period, make it a 2-2 game as Austin Matthews actually ties this one up. And as we head into the third, we're actually going to slow sim for the first time in this playoffs because we've just been cruising up to this point. We've been ahead by enough in games that it hasn't mattered. But man, oh man, what a go it's been here. And as we continue on, still a 2-2 game, playing it tight. Power play Montreal does not convert. That's not what you want to see. Hello, Stanley. Hello. All right, so we make it to overtime. Stanley's here to support the Canadiens. Usually it's Nigel for this series, but, that's all good. So, as we continue on here, let's advance a little further. Oh, Stan's just going to hang out. He's going to lie right on the desk. Okay, so power play Toronto doesn't convert. Oh, no, it does. Right at the end. Oh, God, Stanley. Okay, so Stanley just lay right on my keyboard, shutting off the recording by accident. Even though all he really wants is some pets. I don't know if you guys can see his paw there. He's just lying tummy up on the desk. So, unfortunately, we lose our first game of the playoffs to the Toronto Maple Leafs here. Tyler Bertuzzi scores on a power play goal in overtime. You guys might even be able to hear. You can hear Stanley just purring away on my desk here. Let's see if we can get him in the shot. Hello. Talk about a happy cat. So, anyways, we lose 3-2 here in game 2. So we actually got a series on our hands, and we're gonna have to perform a little bit better heading into the next game. So, all right. So as we head into game number 3 here now, like I said, we got an actual series on our hands, which should be fun. But starting it off, Toronto gets the opener from Willie Nylander. Go figure. And we outshoot them, but that doesn't necessarily make a difference if you're not winning the game. All right, second period, make it a 1-1 game as Goal Caulfield is able to tuck one. And we are just ever so slightly outshooting the Leafs, but Nick Suzuki gives us the 2-1 lead here in the third period of game 3. Again, we're at the Scotiabank Arena, so we're going to have to actually try to silence the Toronto fans, which is going to be tricky for sure, but up 2-1 definitely puts them on the edge of their seats for trying to get a goal back here, and Toronto's really not getting a lot of shots. We're putting the pressure on, and Suzuki makes it 3-1. Let's go. Our captain coming up huge, and then Slavkovsky gets the empty netter with a minute left. Nylander scores just a few seconds after that, but it does not matter. So, 4-2 win in Game 3. That's exactly what we needed. Huge game from Caulfield and Suzuki. And again, the Habs are rolling here. We are doing just fine. 13 points in just 7 games for Cole Caulfield. He's cruising right now. I am very interested to see kind of how this draft is going to turn out with... did we do scouting for all this? I think we did. Ooh, look at that. Jean Bodin. That's definitely going to be a player we draft. QMJHL, French Canadian. left wing, right wing sniper. Like, yeah, this guy is definitely one of those players that you actually want to draft. Sorry, guys, I'm just looking through the draft class in the middle of this. There's other guys like Pessinen, or yeah, there's really not actually that much. Bootland's pretty good. This is all top 100 picks still, though. Roenick, hey, there's a decent player. Logan Roenick looks pretty good. I would love to see if Lasarte is actually good. As we are up 2-1 here, I'm looking at the other series, and it looks like Winnipeg's up 3-0, Edmonton's up 3-0, and then 2-1 in the East. So interesting series playouts here. So as we head into Game 4, up 2-1 in the series, we start off up 3-1 in this game as we get 2 goals from Cole Caulfield, 1 from Lane Hutson, and Marner gets a single goal for the Leafs. So we start off very strong there in Game 4 here as well. Second period, we give up 3 straight goals as the Toronto Maple Leafs are able to storm back, get a goal from Tavares, a second from Marner, and then 1 from Bertuzzi as well, as for some reason Marc-Andre Fleury's in net. Okay, don't ask me why Fleury's in net. I could not tell you, but we tie the game up. Slavkovsky able to to make it a deadlock again. We get another power play that doesn't convert, unfortunately, but we get another power play again. That one doesn't convert either. Wow, our power play percentage is just not clicking quite at the rate it needs to be in these situations. So, 4-4 game here still, and in the last 5 seconds, we'll head to overtime. And all right, let's see how overtime treats us. It hasn't been great so far in this series as far as winning games in extra time, but we're out shooting them pretty drastically here, 50-33. Power play Toronto does not convert. All right, good to see. All right, continue on, boys. Come on, we need a goal. 54 shots, and now we've stagnated on shots. We're not getting a lot. Another power play Toronto. Yeah, they get it. Man, 2 OT winners in a row from the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I believe that's a hat trick for John Tavares too. I might be wrong. No, 2 goals and an assist. So, we've got to be more clinical in that game. When you're up 3-1 after the first period, you cannot lose it. Why was Fleury in net, though? Why was Fleury in net? Honest to God. Is Askarov injured? Not that I can see. Why did Fleury even get a game? Askarov has been the guaranteed guy for us all series. But we're going to drop a second game because we put Fleury in net and he let in 3 goals on 8 shots. All right, well, into game number 5 now, and really that's how you blow a series, let your assistant coach manage your lineup. So, game 5, we start off up 3-0 as, look at that, Toronto can't score on Yaroslav Askarov right now. So, Slavkovsky, Hudson, and Massey all get goals for the Habs, and we outshoot them 2-1. Second period, make it a 4-1 game as Tavares finally beats Askarov, but Galley is able to score a shorty on Ilya Samsonov, and again, we're up 4-1. We're simulating this game. It's only game 5, and we finish off with a 5-3 victory as Vince Dunn kind of puts the nail in the coffin, and yeah, Toronto storms back to get 2 more, but 2 more is too late. So there you go. All right, we take the 3-2 series lead, 1 away from the conference finals here. Huge games from those guys who won the 3 stars of the game, all for the Habs. And yeah, it's a good spot to beat for sure. So looks like Edmonton and Winnipeg will be moving on. New Jersey kind of comes back, wins 2 games in a row to go up on Carolina. But we have an opportunity to close out the series here tonight in Toronto and starting things off. It's a 0-0 game, all right. We get outshot 14-10. Second frame, make it a 1-0 Montreal lead. All right, so I think we are going to jump in on this one and actually watch because there's an opportunity to close out the series tonight. All right, so we will be jumping in as the coach. Slavkovsky looks mean with the playoff beard. I haven't seen him with an actual beard yet, so that looks a little mean. But let's see what we can do here. So we got the coaching set up in, and really, if we look at team ratings here and the differences, we have got significantly better defense. Actually, it's the exact same goalie rating, but let's see what we can do here. So Now Emil Heineman going down the wing, makes a deke, shoots it right off the cage of Samsonov. Now Reinbacher finds Massey, back out to Reinbacher, great save, rebound, and it's buried by Emil Heineman for his first goal of the playoffs. And the Habs take a 2-1 lead. Let's go. So fabulous chance there. The rebound's finally cleaned up after Reinbacher, activates, kicks into the slot, gets the pass back. Great chance, and then, the rebound's just cleaned up. No chance, really, for Samsonov. So Toronto calls the timeout because they are struggling right now, down 2 goals in Game 6. It's not looking too good for them. 10 minutes left. They're going to have to mount a comeback here if they want to stay alive. Now Adam Pelech over to Cole Caulfield. Caulfield centering pass. Slavkovsky just couldn't quite corral it as there was a defensive stick there. Now Liljegren trying to get through. That one's poked away. Liljegren circling, centering pass. Great save, rebound. It kicks around. Fantastic chances there for the Leafs as they look to convert. Now 2-on-1 developing the other way. Caulfield to Suzuki. Nick Suzuki saved, but it's knocked into the net by Gavrikov. And Nick Suzuki extends the Habs lead to 3-0. And talk about an unlucky bounce for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Just when it looks like that puck's saved and cleared, Vladislav Gavrikov accidentally corrals it into his own net, trying to knock it away. Just a really unlucky bounce there for the Leafs, as Gavrikov looks like he's trying to knock it away from the net, but, Suzuki was right there to potentially bury that rebound too. So, wow, what a bad bounce. That one stinks for any Leafs fans watching this. I don't know why any Leafs fans would be watching this, but that one's got to sting for sure. With 1:40 left, that's the nail in the coffin. So, off the face-off, Caswell's going to win it. Clark Caswell down the wing. He gets it in deep after taking a bump. Now, it cycles back, and Obe Kubel's going to take off down the wing. He cuts back looking for open space. It's picked off by Kirby Dach. Kirby Dach going down the other way. He gets a shot off and a good save. Now Caswell back into Dach. Kirby Dach looking for a pass. Shot, save, rebound, and it's 4-0 as Joshua Waugh makes it his second goal of the night, third of the playoffs, and poor Toronto is just getting absolutely steamrolled here. Oh man, I'm taking a little bit of joy in this, guys. I'm sorry, I am, but wow, yeah, great performance from our team. All right, down to the last 5 seconds. They're looking for a goal, great chance, and a better save, but man, oh man, Yaroslav Askarov pulls off the shutout to finish off this series as we beat the Leafs 4-2. So we'll head to our, second conference finals in 3 seasons and 2 out of the last 4 years. Like, that is about as good as you can get here from the Habs. So yeah, Montreal just cruising along, getting things done when they need to, and we cannot complain about how this performance has gone so far. So there you have it. What a game. The rebounds and Toronto's defense just wasn't good enough, as I stated when we first looked at their team. All right, so that is 3 Canadian teams through. New Jersey will be the other team that makes it through as well, as they beat the Carolina Hurricanes 4-2. Edmonton pulls off the sweep, so does Winnipeg, and we are down to a 75% chance that a Canadian team wins the Cup this year. Of course, Ottawa was actually able to break that streak 2 years ago as they beat Colorado, I believe, in the finals to win the Cup. But we got a good chance of having another Canadian Stanley Cup here this year. So, that round of the playoffs is over. We make it to round 3 of the playoffs, pass our owner goal there. So let's take a look at the remaining 4 teams in the playoffs. I guess 3 teams because you've seen our Canadiens team here. Leo Carlson's turned out quite nicely. But, all right. First team we're going to take a look at is going to be the New Jersey Devils because they're the team we have to play. And man, oh man, look at Jesper Bratt. Holy, that is a team and a half right there. Yup. Okay, we're going to have quite a time, at least on the defensive side of the puck. It is going to be hard to defend these guys. They got Konsta Helenius too, and they're not even playing him on the third line. Like, are you kidding me? Man, New Jersey is stacked. Defensively, a little bit less solid. They're still good. Like, Simon Nemec is a great defender. Luke Hughes is going to be really good too, of course. We know he's good. And then Lucas Dostal in net. Not exactly what I was expecting. Ooh, and Dougie Hamilton's injured. So yeah, you put Dougie Hamilton on this team, they might be one of the favorite teams to win. Apart from that, of course, we got Winnipeg and Edmonton as well remaining in this playoff. So Winnipeg looks really good. They managed to snag Jake Getzel. That's pretty awesome, actually. I wonder what year they got him. Has he played? Yeah, he's played 2 seasons now. So look at that, 96, 94 points. He's been absolutely solid for the Jets. Jets are actually almost a deep team, apart from their fourth line looks pretty questionable. But on defense, 93 rated Josh Morrissey. Man, oh man, talk about really kind of just developing a player properly. And then Georgiev in net. This team beat Vancouver? Are you serious? No way this team beat Vancouver. Like, look at Vancouver. Vancouver's got too much depth. I see what, yeah, okay. See, and that's the thing that frustrates me, is this Vancouver team should just steamroll over Winnipeg. But instead, no, they don't, because the game is like, oh, your depth is too good. You can't actually win with that. Edmonton, on the other hand, Edmonton just cruised over LA. And again, they're one of those teams, very top-heavy, pretty much perfectly balanced for the bottom 6. And then the defense is questionable, but if it works, it works. So can't really complain there. They are missing Darnell Nurse, and then they got Philip Probert to just sideline because he's not as good as their other defense, I guess. Yeah, they got Oliver Shillington, Mario Ferraro. Yeah, like, interesting group in Edmonton, but honestly, not a bad team at all. I'm actually most worried, out of all these teams, I'm most worried about the New Jersey Devils, because the Devils are the team that actually look really good. So let's get into the simulation against New Jersey. So far, we haven't really struggled at all. We've only lost 2 games in the playoffs, but game number 1 here against New Jersey, we're going to start off out shooting them 13-6, but it's a 0-0 game as their defense holds steady. Second period, make it a 1-1 game as Jake Evans opens the series scoring, but then Jack Hughes is able to tie it up. We go on the power play right off the bat, and we do not convert. That is unfortunate. But Maxime Massey able to score at even strength. Jack Hughes says, no, that's not happening. We're staying in this game. So 2-2 right away. Jesper Bratt makes it 3-2 for the Devils. Come on, boys. We got to battle back. We have the scoring to do so. Come on, boys. Come on. We're out shooting them 41-21. There's no way we don't score a goal here. Oh my goodness. What a performance. What a performance from the New Jersey Devils. They only give up 2 goals. And they're able to just somehow sneak out a win there against us. That's ridiculous. No way Lucas Dostal is getting a .953 save percentage against us. Come on, boys. You got to do better than that. We were a 4-win better team than the New Jersey Devils. Don't get me wrong. The Devils won the other division as far as the Metro goes, but they were 8 points below us in the standings as well. So, all right, game 2. We start off up 2-0 as Pacioretty and Beck score. We get the depth scoring, and we outshoot them 14-9 in the first. All right. Second period, New Jersey's right back in it. They're going to be like this all series long, hey, aren't they? Yep. There we go. Logan Mailloux gives us the 3-2 lead. Can we hold a lead? That is the question now, because really, this New Jersey team has tested us more than anybody else. Power play for Jersey does not convert there, but in a close shooting, close scoring game here, again, it's really going to come down to the little things. If anybody makes one mistake, that opens up the whole game. And with a minute left, do we get the win? Yes, we do. Let's go. All right. So we tie up the series 1-1 after that. It wasn't an abysmal performance. It was just a very tightly fought game. But Edmonton, yeah, is cruising over Winnipeg. Not really surprising there. Winnipeg's very offensively heavy with no depth, really. So, all right, into game number 3. I think this might be our toughest series out of the whole playoffs if we continue on here. So, game 3 against New Jersey. In Jersey, we start off down 2-1 as Tyson Barrie and Jack Hughes get the goals for Jersey. Clark Caswell scores for us, and we get outshot by 1 shot. Second period, make it 3-2 Montreal as Juraj Slafkovsky explodes for 2 goals, 1 on the power play, and we take the lead heading into the third period. It's a very close game, but Kirby Dach makes it a 2-goal contest. Let's go. The first time this game has been, or one of the first times it's been more than a 2-goal lead here in this series. Make it another power play Montreal. They don't convert on that though. All right, and with just half a dozen minutes left here, Can we close this game out? The 2-goal cushion definitely makes us play a little bit more calm and collected, and Brendan Gallagher gets the empty netter. Man, I would love to get Galley a cup. That would be awesome if we could actually pull that off. So that's kind of the goal here, is that we're trying to get Gallagher a cup before he retires. And man, oh man, what a game number 3 there that was from the Canadiens. They just kind of clean up on that one. So yeah, the losing team every game has only scored 2 goals in this series. So that's very interesting to see. I don't know why. I didn't mean to hit play there. So looks like Edmonton pulls off the sweep against the Jets. That wasn't even a close series at all. So into game 4, we're up 2-1. We start off up by a goal from Caswell. Awesome. And we outshoot Jersey by 1 shot in that first period. Second period, make it 2-0 as Suzuki is able to tuck one there. And all right, 3-0 there as Massey scores even strength again. He's been very solid at even strength in these playoffs. I've really appreciated what he's been able to contribute. Eric Holla makes it a 2-goal game as it's 3-1 now. But again, this Canadiens team has just managed to find resolve in the face of any kind of controversy. And Joshua Waugh makes it a 4-1 game. It's really just, it's not close here at this point. So we're cruising. Yakov Trenin gets 1 goal for Jersey, but too little too late as we win the game 4-2, take a 3-1 series lead, and Yaroslav Askarov has really been the star of this series, of this playoffs, really. Don't get me wrong, we've had guys producing at crazy point totals too, guys like Lane Hudson with 20 points in 14 games, but at the same time, I would make a very serious argument that Yaroslav Askarov's .928 save percentage has actually been the most important part of this playoff run, and that he has been the reason why we're only a couple games away from making it to the conference finals, or from making it to the Stanley Cup finals. So, up 3-1, again, we can actually win this series here tonight if things go well, and we're on home ice at the Bell Center. So first period, we start off up 3-2 as Hudson and Caulfield, oh my goodness, Hudson, Caulfield, and Heineman made it 3-0, and then Toffoli and Hischier score within 30 seconds of one another to make this a close game. My goodness. All right, into the second period here now. It's a 5-3 game as Joshua Waugh and Kirby Dach score for Montreal. Dawson Mercer gets a power play goal for New Jersey. And yeah, wow, all right, let's jump in and finish off this series hopefully here right now. And yeah, I think we can do it, honestly. So here we go, into Game 5 at the Bell Center. Montreal up 5-3. All we have to do now is just secure the win here. And starting things off, Slavkovsky going to take it down the wing, cut back, center it over to Dunn. Great shot. That one just went wide, and Dostal is able to hold. Now Reinbacher sends it up to Pellich, over to Caswell. Clark Caswell cuts in, past to Waugh, and he scores! Joshua Waugh rips one far side off of the post, and the Habs go up 6-3. Just cruising in this game against the Devils. But man, oh man, what a shot. He just catches that one perfectly in stride and slings it low, off the post and in. No chance for Dostal under the blocker. And yeah, just exactly what you would expect from that high danger of a chance. So there you have it. We don't actually have a goal scorer over 10 goals, and we are pretty much guaranteed going to the Cup Finals at this point here now. But that puck's knocked off, and it goes the other way. Alexander Holtz gets free, 3-on-1 developing. Holtz cuts in and scores, and it's 6-4 all of a sudden as Alexander Holtz just wastes no time tucking that one into the net. Decides to not pass on the 3-on-1 and just finishes the playoff himself. Reinbacher got caught just kind of sleeping or slow-footed there. And yeah, that's not the kind of chance you want to give up. So definitely something we can kind of work on for trying to keep our team in a little bit of a better position here. Heineman looking for a pass, finds Owen Beck streaking in. Owen Beck centering pass and another goal as Maxime Massey's able to tuck that one off of a slick feed there from Owen Beck. And our third line is cruising right now. You'll love to see that. Just a fabulous goal. catches the defender out of place. Nemec just slow to get back to the front of the net. Maxime Massey finds the open ice and just tucks it up over the glove of Lucas Dostal. So there you have it, 6 goals in the playoffs for him too. We've had very balanced scoring, that's for sure, as we're up 7-4 now in this game. In the top corner of the net, if Askarov had not turned away. Ooh, Suzuki, what a pass into Dunn. Vince Dunn can't finish off the clean chance though. Now Slavkovsky in front, rebound, and he can't bury that one either. 2 great chances for Juraj Slavkovsky right in front. Now a good hit there by Hudson, but he doesn't get the puck off of Trennan. Now Suzuki gets the puck free, and he goes for a skate. Nick Suzuki cuts in, looking back, can't quite find the pass, now into Slavkovsky, and he snipes it. Oh my goodness, what a shot. Just ripped that one bar down from the mid-slot, and yeah, not really much of a chance there for Dostal. Actually, that was off the post and in. My bad, I thought that was, yeah, no, that was definitely post into the upper echelon of the net there, and yeah, you give Slavkovsky that kind of shooting space, it's going to end up in the net. So there you have it, 8-4. We're just trouncing the Devils here. Now pass back in front. Hischier, great save though by Askarov yet again, and it's a 2-on-1 the other way. 2-on-1 developing. Caswell looking for the pass, sends it into Waugh. He just misses the net, but it doesn't matter as the Montreal Canadiens will make it to their first Stanley Cup final since 2021, I believe. I might be wrong on that date, but I believe it was 2021. The last time the Canadiens actually made it this far. Of course, they lost in the finals to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Let's see. The last time. Where's the finalists? Is there no list of finalists? Maybe there is. All right, so here we got, of course, Suzuki to accept the trophy. Yeah, 2021. I actually did get the date right on that. That's actually pretty funny that I did get the date right. But there you have it. The Canadiens will head back to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time in 6 years with a chance to potentially get their first cup since 1993. And with the Oilers being the other team, it's a guaranteed Stanley Cup final, or is a guaranteed Stanley Cup championship for Canada. It's really going to come down to which Canadian team actually wants it more. So there you have it. Again, let's go take a look at this Edmonton team one more time because they have been very good throughout the playoffs too. Of course, an injury on Darnell Nurse has probably made them a little bit weaker, but at the same time, when you have McDavid and Draisaitl, anything can happen. Looking at the extra players they've added on, Luke Kunin's actually pretty good. Sammy Blais is a solid player. Keegan Colasar is a good player. Valtteri Puistinen off of the Penguins is not a bad player either. And Nurse, looks like they're trying to get him back as soon as possible to strengthen their lineup. And Stuart Skinner's been good. .934 save percentage. 2 shutouts as well. Has that been better than Askarov? I'm going to say probably not, but it's probably close between those two guys. But yeah, you look at our top line. I think our top line can definitely compete with Edmonton's top line. It's really just going to be a matter of who's the more disciplined team. If our defense can shut down Edmonton, then great. That's what we're looking for here. But at the same time, we know that those guys are just electric. So look at that. .934 from Skinner's actually better than Askarov, which is a crazy solid save percentage in the playoffs. But yeah, we're gonna have a series on our hands as well with the Edmonton Oilers. All right, guys, so this could be it. This could be the first Stanley Cup the Montreal Canadiens win if things actually go according to plan. We'll have to wait and see, but I think we stand a fairly decent chance of actually beating the Oilers here. So let's get into it. Game number 1 at the Bell Center in Montreal. We're going to start off up 1-0 as Brendan Gallagher opens the scoring. We outshoot the Oilers 15-10 in the first period. Second period, it's a 3-1 game as Gallagher gets his second, and then Clark Caswell is able to score one. Zach Hyman gets a goal on Askarov, but we're still up 3-1 heading into the third. So as we head into the third, let's see how it goes. We're going to take this series a little bit slower than the last. Leon Draisaitl makes it a 1-goal game, 3-2 there, as Edmonton's right back in it. And we know Edmonton's going to be good. They've got a really solid offense, and their defense is pretty good. Skinner's pretty solid, but they made it to the finals, so got to give them credit for that. As far as our team goes, though, we're definitely able to lock it down as well and try to stop a team this good offensively, and it looks like we are going to pull that off in the third period, only allowing 1 goal being enough to win game number 1. So an awesome start there. Askarov has a 931 save percentage. Gets third start of the game. Gallagher's 2 goals, obviously the deciding factor there. And Caswell gets the winner. So, great start there from our team. Again, 3 wins away now. We're getting very close very early on in the series. I'm quite impressed with how quickly Montreal's kind of ramped it up here and made it to the finals. Starting off game 2, we get outshot 16-8 in the first period, and Evan Bouchard gets the goal for Edmonton. Second period, make it a 2-1 game as we're trailing, but Slavkovsky scores for us. Connor Murphy scores for the Oilers. And then we tie it up right away to start the third period as Nick Suzuki gets his first of the Stanley Cup Finals. We're still getting outshot by a little bit, but this is a very tight game again. Power play Montreal. We don't make the Oilers pay for that, but then we get Max Pacioretty, ex-Capitan, to score there. And that is just absolutely great. Lane Hudson gets on the board too. 4-2 game. We're cruising. This is great. So, really about as good of a performance as you could ask for in the third period, scoring 3 unanswered goals to beat the Oilers 4-2. Askarov with a 945 save percentage in game 2 here. 35 saves. That's crazy. Slavkovsky and Hudson were great as well. And Montreal's got some seriously good players on their hands. We do unfortunately lose Owen Beck to an injured arm, and he's out until June 4th. So that is unfortunate because he's actually been playing quite well for our team too. But, overall, our team is actually in a pretty solid spot right now, just based on how everything's played out here. As far as scratched players go, Harvey Pinard's got 74 face-offs. So yeah, we're going to put Harvey Pinard in here because that's just going to work out a little bit better. And all right, I think we're ready to continue on. I think, as I said a little bit earlier, the poor defenders that have to try to defend that top line, because all 3 of those guys have ankle breaker as an X factor. And that's pretty hard to defend. Joshua Waugh's got truculence, which is definitely not something I expected from him, but he's also he's turned out to be a very solid player for us, and the fact that we got him on that $3.75 million contract is a steal of a deal as well. So we're up 2-0. We've got 2 more wins to go until we bring a Stanley Cup back to Montreal. That would be awesome, but we're also heading into the Rogers Arena in Edmonton, which is going to be a tough crowd to beat. But let's see what we can do. First period, we're down 1-0 as none other than Connor McDavid himself gets the goal. We outshoot them 12-10 though. Second period, it's still a 1-0 game as the Edmonton defense and goaltending is locking us down. Power play though, leave it to Cole Caulfield to put a puck in the net. Power play again for Montreal. That time it doesn't convert. Another power play. Man, we miss on 2 in a row. And we got a Nigel here distracting the commentary, but hey, if we win game 3, then that's going to be good luck charm Nigel. I don't think he actually came in. No, he did not. All right, so we're down to the last minute, and all right, we head to OT. So let's see how overtime in game 3 goes. Starting things off, we are out shooting them. Power play Montreal. We don't convert on that one. That could be, yep, that was detrimental. You had to score on that power play. And instead, Keegan Colasar is going to be the OT hero in game number 3. Still great performances from both goalies. Crazy good save percentages in that low-scoring 2-1 game. So that was a very playoff atmosphere type game there. And yeah, can't complain as to how this has gone so far. Apparently, Emil Heineman got injured. I don't know how or when or why, but okay. I'm also extremely happy with how Maxime Massey's turned out. Yes, he's only half a point per game in the playoffs, but he's looking good so far. I am genuinely pleased with how well he's played for us. And, for a 20th overall draft pick, he's doing just fine. So, heading into game number 4 now. We're up 2-1. And again, in Edmonton, so we start off down 1-0 as Warren Fogle opens the scoring. We get outshot pretty heavily 14-6. Second period, make it a 3-1 game as Doc, Massey, and Suzuki combine in the second period to give us the 3-1 lead. And there's a very good chance here that we are going to be taking this game here, as far as we've just got enough of a lead. We don't convert on 2 power plays, so maybe that gives Edmonton some momentum, but they're just not really getting enough shots right now to actually win. So as we continue on here, things are looking good. Ooh, Draisaitl makes it close with just 5 minutes left. Edmonton kind of running it right down to the wire here, and we are going to get the insurance goal from Slafkovsky. So we win game number 4, 4-2. And we go up 3-1. We're 1 win away. So, I mean, if you guys want, before we actually simulate through this next game or games or whatever you want to, however many it's going to take, predict who you think the Conn Smythe winner is going to be if Montreal actually wins the Cup. My prediction would honestly be Yaroslav Askarov. I think Lane Hutson's been great, but Askarov has just shut the door at all of the right times, and you can't really justify that enough as to how valuable that's been. So let's get into it. Game number 5 at the Bell Center on home ice. We start off up 3-0. Wow, what a first period. That is great. 14-7 on shots. Doc, Reinbacher, and Massey all convert. Young guys too, that's what you like to see. Second period, it's 4-0. This is a walk. This is a walk straight to the Stanley Cup. You love to see this. Man, oh man, what a performance it has been from the Montreal Canadiens. 20 minutes left. If we can defend and give up less than 4 goals, the Stanley Cup's ours. Now Vince Dunn looking for the clear. He breaks it out, skates it out, and Suzuki gets it up to Slafkovsky and on a breakaway. Slafkovsky tries to go through the legs. That is just not very respectful there, honestly. You're in on a breakaway in the Stanley Cup Finals. Almost. Alexander Carrier broke the play up right at the last second, but now Cunnin looking for a play, gets it into Foegele. Foegele back to Cunnin. Luke Cunnin scores! And it's a 4-1 game as the shutout for Askarov is broken. Luke Cunnin, just a very solid tuck there. You knew that there was going to be a good chance on the power play, and they don't waste any time converting on that. So just a minute and a bit in here, under 2 minutes in, minute 58 in, we are up to a 4-1 game now, as Askarov just couldn't quite get there in time. It was a nice move by Cunnin, kind of the hesitation, pull it in, and then tuck it in tight. But Askarov, Joshua Waugh, and of course Askarov. Dunn, Waugh, and Slafkovsky have all been just very physical presences for us on this playoff run. As we continue on here, Edmonton looking to get back into it. Warren Foegele gets a chance. That's broken up. Another shot, save, rebound, and it kicks in. And Luke Cunnin has his second of the game in the span of about a minute and a half. Not even. It was about 30 seconds. And all of a sudden, Edmonton comes storming back off of some good lucky kind of bounces here. Askarov just not really clearing his crease or trying to shut it down. He should have been covering that puck. Like, it's sitting right there, and it just kind of pinballs around in the crease and ends up in our net. So Luke Cunnin coming in clutch here for the Oilers, as they are back in a game now with 2 goals in just, a minute pretty much. So who was it? It was one of these defensemen, whether it was Mailloux or Goulet, but somebody shut it down now. Shot, blocked, rebound to Bouchard, and Bouchard scores. Off of the draw, Edmonton scores 3 goals in just over 4 minutes. Oh my goodness, what a comeback it's been for them. They are actually rolling. They might get the comeback here. Man, that's a blast. I can't even be mad at Askarov. You would think he stops it, but Bouchard's also one of the most lethal shooters from the point in the entire league. So, oh boy. Okay. We still got 15 minutes to play here, and we just simply have not been good enough. Now Bouchard cutting all the way down the wing. Get him, Slav. Holy. What a pass. What a chance. And they score and tie it up. We give up 4 goals. You gotta be kidding me. Any defense, anything, just anything. Literally anything would have been fine. But no, instead we just sit back, be all passive, and Edmonton scores 4 goals in the span of what? Okay, fuck off already. Edmonton scores 4 goals in the span of 4 minutes. Sorry, 7 minutes, but still. It was 4 goals in close to 4 minutes. And yeah, we just completely collapse. Now, 2-on-1 developing. Carrier in. Tries to deke. Can't get around. Centers it to Draisaitl. His shot kicked out, as it was a bit of a slower shot than expected. Now McDavid rebound. And Sammy Blais. The Oilers complete the comeback. Coming from 4 goals down. 4 goals down. Our team just absolutely collapses on the defensive end. And no plays are made. Sammy Blais able to beat Dunn. I don't even know what Vince Dunn was doing there. He wasn't covering anybody. Now Suzuki gets it into Evans. Jake Evans can't get the shot. Slavkovsky's shot misses wide. Evans back to Hudson. Hudson's pass cut off, but now Evans picks it up again. He fires, blocked. What a blocked shot there. Luke Cunnin just absolutely saved the game. And with 2 seconds left, the Edmonton Oilers just pulled off one of the most ridiculous playoff comebacks I have ever seen. 5 freaking goals. Are you kidding me? I can't even believe that. Like, I cannot physically believe that. Look at this. What is that? You couldn't score 1 goal, Montreal? Come on. Oh my God. What a period from the Edmonton Oilers. Don't get me wrong, Jake Evans was great alongside guys like Maxime Massey and Emil Heineman, but we need a win here. So, as we head into Game 6, Edmonton's back in this series, absolutely, after that momentum shift. But first period here, we start off up 2-0. Owen Beck and Joshua Waugh both get goals. We outshoot them by 6 shots. Second period, it's a 2-1 game. You know what? 2-1, we're jumping in. Like, I gotta see us actually finish off the Oilers here, because we've had our chances and we just gotta finish it. Like, we don't really have any other opportunity here. We just gotta end this series now. Like, it should have been last game on home ice, but instead we let the Oilers back in it. So, starting things off, we're on a power play here too. So, here we go. Game 6, third period underway at Rogers Place, not Rogers Arena. Right off the shot, though, Cole Caulfield gets it away. Vince Dunn's shot blocked, and we got a 2-on-1 developing here. Zach Hyman, puck poked away. He gets a shot off, but Hudson's able to corral that one. Now we're going to break out. Lane Hudson flying down the wing. He cuts back, finds Suzuki. Nick Suzuki scores! And it's a 3-1 game as we get the 2-goal cushion. A great feed off the half wall from Lane Hudson. You could just feel it. Montreal was coming in fast there. And yeah, Suzuki from the slot, able to beat Stuart Skinner just over the right pad there, under the blocker. Fabulous shot, exactly what you expect from the Montreal Canadiens captain. But man, oh man, it's we finally get a goal. We drew another penalty too, apparently. So we're on the power play yet again here. Can't really complain too much about that. Now Suzuki gets it free over to Dunn. Hudson just gets lined up, and all of a sudden Jamie Olesiak's in on a breakaway. Oh my God! No way! No way! Was it goalie interference? Oh my God! If Jamie Olesiak scored a 5-on-3 shorthanded breakaway, don't get me wrong, Nick Suzuki absolutely scored that goal. But the only reason he scored it is because Jamie Olesiak is literally pushing Yaroslav Askarov straight into the crease, or into the net. Oh my God. I don't think this is going to be a goal. Yeah, it's not. Okay, that's why the boos happened right away. But no review, nothing on that. Now Connor McDavid cutting in, finds Draisaitl into Hyman, and Zach Hyman scores! It's a 3-2 game, just like that. And like I've said, this Edmonton first line can really break this game wide open if you're not careful. Zach Hyman gets his 9th goal of the playoffs, and just a very good shot there, just not read properly by Askarov, as Draisaitl's tape-to-tape ability improves Hyman's shot there, and yeah, Hyman just fires it through, as Gooley thought he had him tied up, but obviously not good enough. So there you have it, 3-2 game. This one becomes a nail-biter for the last 10 minutes. We've had 3 power plays to try and convert, and just haven't been able to get the job done. So now Puistonen, his pass just intercepted there by Owen Beck. Heineman looking to move the puck up. What are we doing here? Break out. Break the puck out. Oh my goodness. Sammy Blais in all alone, and he scores! That is 2 times now. 2 times that we've given up a 2-goal lead or more. Edmonton is just not going away. I got nothing else to say besides play better defense. Wow. Don't get me wrong. Gorgeous goal by Sammy Blais. Evades the poke check, puts it off the inside of the post, up high and in. Sammy Blais got 9 points now, so, oh man. We gotta be better. Gotta be better, Montreal, if you want to close out a series. I know we're the less mature team, but like we had this series. We were up 3-1. It's 3-2 now. Or it's gonna be 3-2 now if we keep this going. Now McDavid the other way. Carrier looking up to Draisaitl over to McDavid. Connor McDavid down the wing. He centers it to Cunnin. One-timer scores! Alexandre Carrier scores with 2 minutes left. And the Oilers have yet again come back. And the Montreal Canadiens just beside themselves after Lane Hutson got absolutely robbed. Oh my god, I can't do anything but laugh. This is insane. Edmonton just came back from 2 goals down again. Oh my god. 4-3 game. We got to get our first line out here. We got 2 minutes left. So face-off going to be one back. Joshua Waugh, we look to set up. We got to actually gain the zone here. So there you have it. We pull the goalie. You know Edmonton's going to go for it. Now Edmonton really looking to break out here. Hyman can't get free, but he does. Zach Hyman. Empty netter. I cannot believe. I just can't believe it. Edmonton's come back in 2 games where they were down and out, and they should be done in any regular playoff game. Oh my god. 7-3. Never mind. 7-3. They got another empty netter in those last 18 seconds. Oh. Well, it all comes down to this. Pretty sure I need to do some scouting here. I don't think we did it in time. But, man, oh my god. Like, not even man, oh man. Man, oh my god. The Edmonton Oilers just did that. I'm genuinely shocked right now. I did not think we were going to be up 3-1 in a series and then below 2 games in a row. Like seriously below 2 games in a row. That's just... It's incomprehensible to me that the Canadiens couldn't finish off the Oilers, but they haven't yet, and it's still, oh my god, it's still a series somehow. Okay, guys, so as we head into this last game, honestly, I almost want to just sit back and like commentate the whole game. I think we're gonna do that. You know what? It's Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals. We have to. We simply have to. This playoff run has been so magical for the Montreal Canadiens, and it comes down to the final game of the playoffs. So, yeah, we'll see if we can get it done or not. But here we are, Edmonton, Montreal. Game 7, Stanley Cup Finals at the Bell Center. This should be a good one. So there you have it. Game 7, Stanley Cup Finals. The cup is coming home to Canada. But which team, which province, which group will take it home? We'll find out in 1 hour of gameplay, maybe more if needed. But here we go. So, starting things off, Hyman's in. Shot, saved Askarov. Leon Draisaitl absolutely robbed, just 25 seconds off of the draw. Oh my goodness, fabulous chance. Now the pass kits back into the middle, but nobody there to clean it up either. Now, good hit there by Kirby Dach as he's able to try and... He doesn't. Oh my goodness, what just happened? A board battle results in Luke Cunnin just absolutely ripping home a one-timer, and Edmonton is up 1-0. Oh my goodness. I didn't even comprehend what happened because I thought Kirby Dach had the puck, and instead he gives up his position and just loses it, and the shot goes through. Adam Pelech just caught not covering a man in the slot, and Yep, that's going to be a goal all day. Askarov's glove is definitely his weak point. That's where he's been scored on multiple times. So Edmonton strikes first. They draw first blood just 4 minutes into the game, and Montreal's going to have to try to bounce back here. Now Reinbacher sends it over to Pelech. Massey looking up. Maxime Massey sends it over to Reinbacher. Reinbacher turns away and puts it off Beck's foot. Great pass there, buddy. All right, so, oh my God, horrible change. 3 Oilers in all alone, and God, we got to be better with our changes. That was absolutely my fault. No doubt about it. Oh, man, that cannot happen. Simply cannot happen. 3-on-1, and McLeod just does not miss. Look at that. Glove side again. Askarov, yet again, doesn't stop it. Zach Hyman breaking in past the Draisaitl. Great save. Definitely should have been 3-0 there. Edmonton's had multiple chances to just run away with this game, but instead they have gotten shut down when it's needed, and Cole Caulfield scores in the slot. Fabulous pass out from the corner from Nick Suzuki, and we got a 2-1 game all of a sudden here. Oh man, I felt like we just weren't ever going to get that goal. But yeah, Stuart Skinner gets caught kind of sliding off of his post just a little bit, and yeah, Caulfield snipes that one top corner all day. Reinbacher looking to send it up. He finds Joshua Waugh. Joshua Waugh makes a deke, goes down into the corner, centering pass, and Kirby Dach ties the game. Kirby Dach, what a shot. More so, what an absolutely filthy, slick play there from Joshua Waugh to get that puck into the middle, make a deke around the defenseman, keep it outside on Olesiak, center it, and then find Dach waiting on the one-timer there. Kirby Dach just knew exactly where he needed to be, kind of backs off from the front of the net and fires it there. Great goal, and we are tied 2-2, as really this game has just opened right up here, and Montreal is back in it. All right, so we got our third line out against their first line, so we're going to have to be a little careful with that. But at the same time, I think our third line can play better defense, maybe not, as Draisaitl scores somehow. I don't even know how that one went in the net. Like, Draisaitl had no room to bury that, and he did. Oh, Yaroslav Askarov kicked it in. That makes more sense. Way to go, Yaro. Gonna cost us a cup if you keep playing like this. My God. Oh, boy. Well, McDavid's now up into the top 6 in scoring, so that's great. We just let McDavid do whatever McDavid wants to do, apparently. And all right, we're back in behind, as apparently this game is just going to result in the whole time. Oh, give him a hit. There you go. As Reinbacher skates behind his own net, but that'll be it for the first period here. 3-2, 5 goals in the first period. Absolutely fabulous start to this game as far as scoring goes. Just tons and tons of goals. But man, oh man, like Slavkovsky should have buried that rebound probably and didn't. So yeah, great chances at both ends. We get outshot 10-7, but both teams had their chances for sure. So let's get into the second period, see if the goalies will actually play a little bit better in this period, because both of them weren't particularly great. 3-on-10 and 2-on-7 is not what you want to see save percentage-wise from your tendies in the first period. So, all right, so on the face-off here, it's going to kick back to Slavkovsky. We get full pressure, and we're looking to bury one here. Now, Vince Dunn's shot just doesn't quite go through. Now we set up right in front, and Cole Caulfield tucks it to tie the game. What a fabulous pass by Juraj Slavkovsky to find that one and just put it right on the tape of Caulfield in front. Caulfield, very opportunistic, but just in the right spot, beating Olesiak to the net. And you knew that one was coming as Montreal had the full pressure on there. So there you have it. We are back in this game, 3-3, just 30 seconds into the second period. One-timer for Caulfield. It kicks out sideways. Now, that was probably a boarding call there, but no, nothing called. Now, Suzuki into the slot and scores. Oh my goodness, what a play that was. Just juked out everybody. I thought for sure he was going to pass over to Caulfield, who looked like he had some space, but no. Suzuki creates the space himself, stops up, catches Skinner kind of just slacking there in the crease. I mean, Skinner was exhausted. He had just seen like 8 shots in a row or something like that, but man, oh man, what a comeback here it's been from Montreal in the second period. We're up to 13 shots now, so that's 6 shots since the period started. And yeah, can't really complain about that. It's been very, very solid there from Montreal. Now on the face-off, Kirby Dach wins it back to Adam Pelech. Pellich sends it up to Reinbacher. David Reinbacher gets in through the neutral zone, finds Kirby Dach over to Joshua Waugh, and he scores! Oh my goodness, what a passing play as Edmonton just gets turned around by the passes of Reinbacher, Dach, and Waugh as those guys just connect beautifully. And what a shot there that was by Kirby Dach. By Joshua Waugh. Great pass by Kirby Dach, but Waugh gets it up and underneath the blocker of the arm of Stuart Skinner, and this game is a 2-goal game. So there you have it. A big goal when we need it from Joshua Waugh. We're up 5-3 now as we've connected 3 separate times in this period alone. Now Juraj Slafkovsky down the wing, cuts back, centers it to Caulfield, and he scores! 3 goals in the game. Cole Caulfield snipes that one off of the post and in, and down come the Hats. A Stanley Cup Game 7 hat trick in the finals, no less. What a shot by Cole Caulfield. Just picks that one, and you know that when he settles that puck, of course, it's the snipe zone ability. You know that one's going to be in the net. As good of a goalie as Skinner is, he's just no match for that ability. And there you have it. Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, and Juraj Slafkovsky all with 10-plus goals in the playoffs this run. That definitely helps. You knew it was possible, but man, oh man, what a performance in the second period. With one more period to go, there's really not a whole lot of time left for Edmonton to get that 3-goal deficit back, but at the same time, they've done it in the previous 2 games, so why can't they do it today? There's definitely opportunity for that to happen still, so we'll have to sit back and see how the third period goes, but at this point, it's looking pretty favorable for the Canadiens. Just nothing actually happens in the third period goal-wise as Edmonton just cannot get this thing done, and with 25 seconds left, it's looking pretty solid that the Montreal Canadiens are going to be the team that gets to lift their first Stanley Cup since 1993. Rebound, it's kicking around. I don't know how Skinner kept that out. Fabulous chances. Now it kicks away to Mailloux. Mailloux trying to keep the pressure on, looking for a chance. He dumps it in. Now Beck, back to Mailloux, glove save. And with 0.2 seconds left, they're going to blow the whistle. Why would you blow the whistle with that much time left? Just to get the Stanley Cup transition. Why not? Oh my goodness. Oh my god. What a emotional roller coaster this has been. An emotional roller coaster. Apologies. But with 0.2 seconds left, the Montreal Canadiens will win the 2027 Stanley Cup Championship. What a run it was by the team. You knew they were a powerhouse coming into the playoffs, but it's not very often that the President's Trophy team actually wins the cup too. Marc-Andre Fleury gets another cup in his career. That is absolutely awesome to see. But man, oh man, what a performance it was from guys like Lane Hutson. Hey, there you go. Lane Hutson's going to get the Conn Smythe. I thought Askarov would really be in there. He did kind of struggle at times, but Hutson was just our absolute offensive machine on the blue line, putting up 32 points in this playoff run. And of course, the cup returns to Montreal after Ottawa was able to end the drought just 2 years earlier. We now have another championship in Canada. Nick Suzuki goes out to meet the commissioner and lift the Stanley Cup. What a fabulous effort it was from this team. You knew they had it in them, but it was really just a matter of could we put all the pieces together to actually get this run completed. And they do it. So, next up, without a doubt, I think we have to give it to Lane Hutson. He was just fabulous on this run. You love to see it, and when he wins the Conn Smythe, he should be lifting the Stanley Cup, especially on this animation as well. But really, as cool as it is to win a cup, we're only 4 years in. This core's got some time on their side still, for sure. I am just interested to see who else should we actually give the cup to, because I want to see Fleury and Pacioretty lift it, but I also want to give it to guys like why is Cole Caulfield not on here? He should be. He scored a hat trick in the finals here. But I think we're going to give it to the captain, the ex-captain, Max Pacioretty. He left, but he returns and wins the cup in Montreal. That is absolute storyline material right there. It doesn't get any better than that. You love to see it. But man, oh man, what a fabulous, fabulous go it's been from this team. Next up, let's give it to Marc-Andre Fleury. Again, another veteran. He's won a cup before, but to lift it in his home province of Quebec, especially at the Bell Center, it doesn't get any better than that. And there you have it. The Canadiens get the job done when it matters most. What an absolutely fabulous playoff run it was from this team. So there you have it, your 2027 Stanley Cup champions. So, something I'm going to do right here is just turn off the music. We're not going to listen to this music because I actually got a copyright claim on it last time. So I apologize for that, but, it's just such a cool animation. Apart from the fact that, they can't generate the last year's team that won it. But man, oh man, what a run it was here from the Canadiens. They just got the job done at the end of the day. It was a tough run for sure. Michael Pezzetta gets his name on the cup. You love to see that. Just an absolute grinder that probably played a total of 3 games all season for the Canadiens, but his name's on the cup, and that's all that matters. So there you have it. Oh, what a series it was from the Canadiens. They finally get it done. Honestly, props to the Edmonton Oilers too. They just managed to fight back and stay in this series the whole time, right up until that last 2 periods, really. We shut the door on them, finished it off. Cole Caulfield scores 3 goals in the second period, and that is really all that it took there. No goals in the third, of course. Caulfield scores twice in the second. He got the opener for us there in the first, but oh man, what a game it was. You'll love to see it. As far as shots go, how were the shots? 25 to 31. Yeah, we stepped it up after the first period, getting 12 shots apiece there, but apparently we're not going to get to see 3 stars. Okay, that's all good. So there you have it. The Montreal Canadiens win the Stanley Cup. We're going to get to the awards here too, obviously, as the Milwaukee Admirals win the Calder Cup. But what a performance, what a series it was from the Montreal Canadiens, able to go all the way this year, get the Stanley Cup like we had envisioned, and yeah, just cannot complain about that. I guess my face cam isn't on here, so let's turn that back on. But yeah, we go through Tampa Bay in the sweep, beat Toronto in 6, New Jersey in 5, and then yeah, of course we had to have a 0, 1, 2, and 3 games given up. It's just storyline, of course. Lose 7 games, but win 7 games? 6 games. Lose 6 games, but win the other 16. And yeah, let's check out the awards here. So, of course, we get the cup, we get the President's Trophy. Edmonton wins the Clarence Gamble, but we had the Prince of Wales, of course. So, the Art Ross this year goes to Jeff Skinner as the player who led the league in scoring. Tage Thompson gets the Hart as the most valuable. Lane Hudson wins the Norris, breaking Cale Makar's streak of 3 in a row. Jeff Skinner wins the Lady Byng this year. Backus there on Philadelphia gets the Calder this year. Lane Hudson wins the Conn Smythe. Philip Gustafson wins the Vezina, as well as the Jennings. He was just on fire. Jonas Siegenthaler wins the Masterton. Olszczak wins back-to-back Jack Adams awards for LA. Alexander Barkov gets the Selke this year. Jeff Skinner wins the Ted Lindsay. And Skinner also wins the Rocket. So what a year it was for Jeff Skinner. 4 different awards. You don't see that too often from a guy like that, but man, oh man, what a year it was for him. And just to show you in the AHL, Elias Anderson won a couple different awards there. Ulanov won the most outstanding rookie, so that's awesome. We got lots of guys coming up. Jet Greaves was awesome in net. for the Laval Rocket, and that is pretty much it for awards. Greaves actually got 2 goaltending awards there too, so you'll love to see that. So in the upcoming draft, I mean, there's a couple players that I really, really want to go for. There aren't a ton, but there's a few because they're mainly, French Canadian, Quebec kind of players. And if we actually go and look at the queue, you can kind of see right away who I'm talking about. Obviously, Serge Denis is going to be a guy that we look at for sure. Jean Bodin going to be another one. Maybe we get Michel Lasarte, but he might not be as good as it's looking right now. Pascal Dupuis could probably be another name we look into. Laurent Dupre we might try to get to, but yeah, that's probably the main kind of guys we're going to look at. Apart from that, I don't want to have a ton of picks in this upcoming draft, but yeah, just a fabulous, fabulous run there from the Montreal Canadiens this year, and we're going to look to build on it in the upcoming episodes. But that is it for this one. If you guys enjoyed watching the Canadiens go all the way and get a Stanley Cup this year, then make sure to go down below, drop a like, subscribe, and hit notifications, and of course, leave any comments about this upcoming draft and things we should do with the team in general and heading into the future. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. The one other thing I wanted to show you guys is this. This right here. We have 3 unsigned rookies that are all 81, 82 rated. 2 of them are French Canadian as well, and Ruben Bois and Yves Grandpierre. And then, of course, Andrew Staubit's going to be a great grinder. He'll probably be more of a bottom 6 kind of guy, but he's got a heck of a load of skills, which has helped him kind of get to where he is. Grandpierre is just a very solid, well-rounded defensive defenseman. And then Ruben Bois is just going to turn into a absolutely beast of a sniper here with 114 points for Halifax this last season. So keep an eye on those guys. We're going to do stuff with them in the upcoming episode. But that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Etanyos signing out, and until next time.